Hey YouTube, this is Beth. I wanted to make a video about our homeschool curriculum. When I decided to homeschool myself, I saw a lot of videos online and I really appreciated the information because it really helped me make kind of informed choices about what might work best for me and my son. So, I have one 10-year-old fifth grader, Cool Prisoner 93, and Cool Prisoners just because he plays Minecraft and Steve has like a orange prison jumpsuit which he enjoys. So Cool Prisoner 93, he he decided he wanted to be homeschooled. So um so we made that happen. So I get a lot of good information off YouTube with people's curriculum. Obviously everything changes because you have to, pick and take what will work for you and your children, but I really appreciated, like I said, all the information and all the advice and reviews and everything. So I thought I would just give a little overview of what we use, and maybe that would help somebody else. So I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet. Um, so I'm gonna start with English. So when I first pulled him out, I wanted to have something for grammar. I myself am much more mathy person, so I've never been outrageously great at language arts, so I wanted someone else to teach him grammar because I didn't know if I could effectively. So this is what we got first, which was Junior Analytical Grammar, which he really, really liked. It just goes through every week. It adds one thing at a time, and you go through the sentences, and you have to put, article, adjective, noun, adverb, verb, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And it keeps adding things in, week after week until you have everything, and then you start diagramming them also. So he really, really enjoyed that. He worked his way through it. He has pretty strong language art skills. He's not as good at writing as he is reading, but he's pretty strong. So we wanted something that was a pretty strong curriculum. So we finally decided on Michael Clay Thompson. So I got him the 6th grade one because, like I said, he's really good at language arts, and were he in a school, were he in a state that had gifted programs, and were he in a school district that had more advanced placement for certain subjects, I think he would be moved up a grade. So I wanted to sort of, do what I thought they would do if he lived in that kind of town. So we went up to the 6th grade version, which then I thought we could take our time too because he's only in 5th grade. So if it takes him a little longer to do this, then that's fine. So they have this, which is the grammar, and then they have. Let me look at my shelves. They have practice ones that you do afterwards. They have voyage essays. They have poetry, and then they have like what am I thinking? Like they have like vocabulary too. So that should take him a little while to do. It should be challenging writing, which is good because he's a better reader than he is a writer. He can get very lazy when it comes to writing, so I'm happy about that. Um, because of his test scores, he qualified through Johns Hopkins to take the, what is it, SCATs, which I've never heard of. I've heard of ACTs and SATs, but this is the SCAT test. And it's broken down into math and like analogies. So we're going to practice our analogies. If anyone needs help with analogies, because I feel like those are always on those kinds of tests, this I think is a fairly good one. It starts out easy, gets harder. Whatever the answer is, you take the underlined things and you put them over here, and then you know if you got it right because those letters will answer the question at the bottom of the page. He likes it, I like it, we're good to go. So next we'll do math, and when we first came out, he wanted to read A Life with Fred. I bought one off eBay because I didn't want to commit. It's like, I don't even know, it's like $350 or something if you want to buy all of it, which we may at some point because he really likes it, and it goes all the way through college math. It's a story. It's great for kids that are a little bit, I'm guessing would be good for kids that maybe are a little bit intimidated by math but like to read. My son really, really likes it. And then the curriculum we picked out was Math Mammoth. I got the 5th grade one. We went through it, and although it's a good it's a good curriculum. It ended up being a little bit too easy for him. So he went through that one really fast, but I would definitely recommend it. He liked it a lot. The next thing that we tried was Beast Academy, which is actually a grade lower because they haven't written the 5th and 6th grade versions yet. But although it's 4th grade and a lot of the questions are, he's only done a little bit, but although the questions are not crazy hard, they also you don't get a lot of times to practice them before they move on to the next thing, which I enjoy and which he enjoys. Plus, they also have ones with stars next to them that are a little bit harder than everything else. Some of them are a lot harder. Some of them, I look at the back of the book for the answers because I'm not exactly 100% sure how to figure it out, and I'm a pretty good math person. So now we're moving on to, although we're still going to be looking at this and getting stuff off of there, now we're moving on to pre-algebra, which the art of problem solving is where I came across these guys. These guys write the elementary version to get you prepared for the art of problem solving, which is a pretty rigorous curriculum for math, but is really good for mathy kids. So, so I like that a lot. We just started this, and it started back with simple addition and subtraction, multiplication, stuff like that. But it doesn't just reiterate what it is; it also it explains why. So it gives, it goes over like the associative property all over again and stuff like that, and really make sure you understand the whys. The other thing that he does, that he has done and will do at least once more over, is challenge math. It's the harder concepts of math, but taught for elementary, middle school students. The reason that I like this so much is because it really tests him on higher concepts, which he thrives on, but it doesn't overwhelm you either. So it starts off with the Algebra Level 1 questions. So this is the Algebra chapter. It starts off with Level 1. If you get those okay, you can move up to the Level 2 questions. And then if those are still too easy, you can move up to the Einstein level questions. It speaks right to the kid. It's good reading. He thoroughly enjoyed it. We went through once kind of quick, and he did like kind of the Level 1 stage. And then we're going to keep coming back to this, like I said, at least one more time. And he can move up in how challenging it is, and also sort of cement those ideas before he runs into them in his regular curriculum. So that's that. We did English. For reading, right now, we just check out library books. For right now, he's reading Call of the Wild and White Fang. He doesn't love this book, but you can also, a lot of classic books, you can, at least on like the Apple products, iPhone and iPad, you can download the audiobooks for free, and then you can follow along with the book. So ones that he's not quite as interested in, sometimes we do that just to help kind of move it along. So there's that. He is reading Treasure Island right now. And then this one I love, it's The Invisible Man, and these guys took classic books and wrote them like graphic novels, which is just awesome because my son is a very, he likes to read a lot, but he's also a kid and he likes comic books, and I just think that's awesome, and he absolutely loved it. So highly recommend those ones if you see them. For science, right now we're just doing 1001 questions and answers. This is just our beginning thing to kind of get our feet wet and see what kind of science he is interested in, so that next year we can see for middle school where he wants to start and what kind of stuff he's going to like. I don't know if anyone's not seen these before. It goes right through, I think it starts off with like weather and climate, then it moves on to the world around us, which is more like earth sciencey, matter, that type of stuff, and then it goes on to the space science, so that's more like physics and stuff like that. But a lot of pictures, very visual, a lot of information on there too, but I like how visual it is. So yeah, so that's what we're doing right this second for science. For social studies, I let him choose what he wanted to have. Um, my only criteria with social studies is we live in a state that has very strict rules on what you have to learn every year. So um, he has to redo American history in 8th grade. So I wanted him to pick a textbook that we could reuse and maybe just go more in depth when he was in 8th grade. So this is the one he chose because it was Christian based. I like it because the way that it's laid out is it has lessons all through the week. And let me see if I can find the beginning of um, so the way that it's laid out is it has the lessons for the week, and the first lesson will be on like the president, things about what states are joining, and what's happening in the country right then. So right here we have President Roosevelt and the New Deal. The second one is the daily life of people who live in that time period. The third one is an American landmark. They usually, all tie together. The fourth one is a biography of somebody that kind of was around during that time, influenced that time, stuff like that. And then on Fridays we do God's Wonder, which is sometimes it'll be a national park or like Niagara Falls, whatever, stuff like that. So yeah, so he chose that one. He loves it. I like it, and it's definitely something that we can get more in depth when we revisit it again with more in depth projects and stuff like that. And we supplement this with, as the states come in, we review the states and research the states a little bit and do the capitals and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we do for that. He, on his computer, I wanted him to take some things on the computer just so he could have a variety in his day. So he does Switched On Schoolhouse, and he does health and Spanish, which I enjoy both of them so far on there. I like them a lot. The Spanish I like because it has little cartoons. It says the word to you. It shows it to you. It just really kind of reinforces it. So yeah, so that's what he does for that. For PE, he's a member of the Y, and he, goes there 3 times a week, and he swims and runs the track. For music, he takes drum lessons. On his channel, he's got some, I think, of his drum stuff posted. He just started his channel, but I think he's got some stuff posted on his channel of his drumming. And I think that's it. I think that's all the curriculum. Again, we are crazy new at this, so any criticism, please don't. But any recommendations or suggestions, we would greatly appreciate. So I guess that is it. I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.